Hi, I'm Alec Halls. I'm a counsellor and a hypnotherapist, and I'm part of the SAS Therapy team. I specialise in helping men with anxiety, being overwhelmed, stressed and nervous. Statistically, we know that men struggle with their emotional states. Often this leads them to addiction, drugs, alcohol, the internet, gambling, and it affects behaviours. They may become violent, aggressive, perhaps even hide away and not socialise anymore. So if the time has come for you to change, to consider possibilities, and you need a helping hand, give me a call. We know that it can be difficult to talk about your issues. However, we will always take your call seriously, great confidentiality, and consider the possibilities of helping you change.
So Alec, you've joined SAS Therapy. Tell me a little bit about how you can help men with anxiety.
Introducing a variety of different methods from mindfulness, hypnotherapy, and various other methods of planning and counselling therapeutic methods.
So what's a different approach that you take when dealing and seeing men?
Mostly men, because of their they struggle to be emotional and to cope with their emotions. I treat them very respectfully, great care, but I meet them as a man and I respect them because I know what it's like.
Yeah. Alec, can you tell me a little bit about your background prior to becoming a counsellor and hypnotherapist? There was another life of Alec Halls, wasn't there?
There were many lives. Born and brought up overseas. I've travelled all over Australia. I've worked in all sorts of jobs. I've been self-employed. I've been married, and I've got 2 kids. And so that's it. That's fundamentally it. I've got a broad experience. I've dealt with people. I've got age on my side without being too old.
So basically, the reason behind me asking that is you've worked in a lot of men-only type environments, haven't you? So you've worked in trucking type industries and things like that. So you would certainly understand a lot of the emotions that a lot of those guys aren't, or don't feel the need, or sorry, they don't feel they have the ability to communicate with.
Yeah, they don't have the ability often, and they don't have the skills either, because we're not taught how to deal with our emotions as men. So a big part of what I do is education, in helping people come to terms with their worlds, their problems, and helping them to find solutions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm hearing a little bit about we have emotions: happy, glad, sad and mad, and you're saying it's okay for us to have all of them.
Yes. However, what's really important is how you express those emotions. So if you're sad, then we don't need to be violent. There are other ways of coping with that. We don't need to become a gambler. There are other ways of dealing with that. We don't need to avoid our worlds because there are other ways of coping.
So what about with someone who is feeling overwhelmed? The world's falling in on them. They're too much debt, too many kids, too much of this, too much of that. How would you be able to help?
Sometimes just a listening ear is enough. However, being overwhelmed is often because there's just too much going on. So we break it down into small chunks, create a plan, an order, a way of overcoming that. So you have the practical side of things, but also you go to the emotional side of things and teach you methods of learning how to accommodate those emotions and make them into useful things so that you're not weighted down by them.
So often, Alec, people who are anxious or nervous, that type of thing, that can manifest into a physical realm.
Mm-hmm.
Are you able to help with that?
Yes, it's. I believe that the mind and the body are fundamentally the same thing. So, if the body is reflecting what the mind is thinking, then that can change by changing the way the mind thinks. Then the body will change differently. The body will accommodate that and change to suit the new mindset.
Okay. So if someone comes to you and they're feeling a little bit anxious, say a guy is struggling and feeling a little overwhelmed and feeling anxious, what can he expect to leave with after say one session?
Well, he's going to leave with the starting foundation of tools. He's probably going to experience some relaxation, quite possibly very deep relaxation, depending on his willingness to go there. And he'll have tools to take away with him to use and introduce into his life, and they'll make a difference.
So the first session is all about laying the foundation.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And a good solid foundation, because without a foundation, then the structure hasn't got a chance to hold up.
Yeah, excellent.